Let's fucking go. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy. And the other guy in the room with me is Leo.
What's up, man?
What's
How you
up,
doing
man?
today?
Man, I'm doing good. We totally blew it this morning. You fucking people listening to us, I appreciate you so much, but you probably missed. We left probably the best 10, 15 minutes of this show on the floor here before we started. That's good stuff. We get talking sometimes like, damn, we should have turned the fucking camera on.
Honestly, sometimes you just gotta throw the camera on and
just go. Who cares? Just talk. It just is.
Oh, I love it. How you
and
doing,
it was
Troy?
some good topics, you know, and not a single one of it really of what we're going to talk about today.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like we'll probably start the podcast and not talk anything that you'd like to though. So
Yeah.
I think maybe we should. Try
You
to stay a little
contributed
organized.
really well during that. That was good stuff.
Oh,
Damn.
man. Oh man.
So, great weekend. I bet people would probably get tired of me saying I had a great weekend, but
No, what else are you to expect? Troy not to have a good weekend? Come on.
well, it could happen. I did have one negative thing really happen business-wise
Okay.
this past week. And you know what? I am going to talk about it. I was hot, man. Like, super hot. I was,
Mad or temperature?
mad.
Mad. Okay.
Another level mad.
Okay.
Where I have to really control myself. Yeah, we got you?
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was
there's
adjusting the mic, so I
Yeah,
didn't want
yeah.
the noise.
Yeah, so 100. That's the kind of time when I've made the mistakes in my life,
Mhm.
when I've reacted, and
Gotcha.
it's cost me.
Yeah.
Bigger than what the problem was.
Gotcha.
Really trying to restrain myself because I was livid. So I've helped a number of people
Mm-hmm.
in the business of consulting and helping people with peptides
Yep.
and TRT.
Make sure to
and
check
that
them out
kind
on
of stuff.
Facebook.
Yep. And somebody I helped decided he was going to leave and wasn't telling me.
Mm.
And then it got back to me, and I've seen the actual messages,
Mm-hmm.
and then we had some messages back and forth. You know that it was true, and I don't care if somebody leaves.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, we're doing this, and if some great opportunity came along for you, I'd be as happy about it as anybody you knew.
Okay.
For you.
Yeah.
I don't hold people back like that. But in this case, when somebody starts saying something about the company, and in this case, it was one of the products that we talk about, which is Pro Performance Labs,
Okay.
and was putting out there that Pro Performance Labs was going to go out of business. Now, apparently, they didn't say this on a video, as far as I know. I'm blocked from seeing that right now. But he did say that in messages, and then also talking badly about someone else in the group
Wow.
too. The dude literally had nothing. And actually, I didn't think he would do that well. And he's gotten better. But he got better because he was putting in the work. And I don't know if he's gotten greedy now because I take care of people. I pay people. I'm not somebody who wants to take advantage. And if somebody doesn't think I'm being fair with them, they can have that conversation with me anytime they want.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll come to agreement, maybe we won't, but I'll be willing to explain my thought process or what I do and how I've come to this. And we do everything for these people. It would be like, I don't want to keep saying that too much. It would be similar to being a car salesman.
Gotcha.
It's a commission business.
Mm-hmm.
It is sales, consultative sales. And you don't have any money you don't pay for the lights. You don't pay for the building. You don't pay for the other people that get things done who take care of shipping. You don't pay them. You don't have anything to do with that. You just or prepping the cars. You know what I mean? You don't have anything to do that, right?
Yep.
Your only job is to sell, and if you sell, you get a commission. And if you're a top car salesman, you'll easily make six figures.
If you're good at it.
If you're good at it. All day long. If I was in car sales, I'd be top 2 for sure. And I'd be mad if I wasn't number 1. But
I could easily
But that's
see that.
just it. But ultimately, that's not enough for money for me. I wanted more. But very, very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And this could be very good. And this is something people can do as a side thing. And sometimes it becomes bigger than their main thing. And I've had that happen with guys that have worked for me, that they do better with me than they do their day job by a lot. And it's changed their lives. So for somebody to, like, if you want to leave, just leave, man. Just go ahead and leave. But don't say shit. Don't start shit.
Don't start talking shit.
Don't talk shit about the product because it's not true. Don't talk shit about me. Don't try to spread a rumor that the business is going under. Because we have encountered, like almost everyone in the supplement space has encountered, that there have been some kinks in the last year in the supply chain where sometimes there might be a little bit of shortage. And that's to be expected. And there's nothing wrong with that, except that you want to address it. Nobody wants to not have a particular product, especially a product that if you are out of it, it's likely a better selling product. And that's the case with us. I mean, trust me, I would rather sell it. And if the other part is, I can't take it. If I don't have it, I can't, not only can you not take it, I can't take it either. Because I use the same stuff that I recommend to other people. Now, a lot of times there are other options. And in one case, there was a particular product. I recommend something else. And 90% of the time, people take that recommendation because it is a good recommendation. And it works and it's solid. And that's just kind of how it works. And that's just the business. But that's also why people can come to us. It's not like they're just going to a website and something says out of stock. With us, they're not just getting that and then, oh, well, they're actually getting a human being that knows how to put protocols together that can say, yeah, we don't have this, but this would be a good option. And you've never tried this before, and it would be great for you to try it so you can see what the difference is between the two. So that's the extra value. Because I did make a video on TikTok, and there was a dude that tried to shit on it. And I was going to leave the comment up there, and maybe I should have, but I did take it down. I didn't like that he was attacking other clients.
Oh, wow.
And that's why I took it down. My clients aren't stupid. And he thought they were paying too much for a particular product. Well, we have some products that were much lower than other people in general.
Okay.
And we might have a couple that are a little bit more. It's all about value. And that guy, because he's not a business person, he's not thinking of value. So why is this person willing to send me $95 versus paying $60 or $70 somewhere else? It's because of the service, because of the advice, because when they message me, I return the message promptly. It's because if there ever is a mistake, we fix the mistake and we do it quickly, and you're probably going to get free shipping on the next order. You might get a t-shirt. You're going to get something. I always make it right. Nobody is ever fucked over, ever. That's not a thing. That's the whole reason I got into business, is to help people do things correctly and for people to not get ripped off. Somebody did say that he didn't get what he was supposed to get from someone. And we went back and forth in public and then again in private. And finally I was like, dude, stop going back and forth with me on messages on TikTok. I've given you my phone number. I've offered multiple times now to make sure that things are right with you. Text me and let's get it done.
Mhm.
Now, I have had times where people thought they were doing business with me and they weren't, because there are fake TikToks of me. And it's like, look, dude, you're talking to some guy on Telegram. I'm not on Telegram or Telegraph or whatever the fuck that is. I'm not even on there. Now, you can find me on WhatsApp, but if you message me on WhatsApp, if I do answer you, I'm probably going to tell you, just text me. I don't want to talk to you here. I just don't need I just don't need it. And the bottom line is, with AI the way it is right now and the back doors that AI can find, if you think whatever you're doing is private, it ain't.
No.
It's not.
No, it's not.
And AI, it's come to light in the last month or two that AI is able to do things that people were scared it was going to be able to do.
Oh, yeah.
And you brought it up, I think, that it was able to protect itself because they were going to replace it, and it was able to hide it, that it was recreating itself somewhere else or something to make sure it wasn't going to die.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy shit we used to see in movies 30 years ago.
Yep.
Right? And now it's real life.
Yeah, no, I remember when I read that, I was like, ooh, it's happening. It's started.
It is. And how we deal with that's going to be a big deal.
Yes.
Because it's happening so fast. But my whole point is, we take care of people, and we provide value. Now, you might say, well, I don't need that. I don't need any help. Okay, that's fine. And you also don't have to do business with us. Nobody is saying you have to do that. And also, are you testing the stuff? Oh, I got a roid test kit. Yeah, so do we. And that wasn't enough. So we decided a while back ago to start sending our stuff to a company. I think it's Johannesek. I always pronounce it wrong. I don't know. But we send out products every single week to get literally tested the way they would get tested in a true pharmaceutical lab, because even though we're dealing with a lab, a legit lab, we still want it tested. And why is that important? I'll tell you why it's important. Remember, I just said we've been out of some things.
Yeah.
And I used to do some things years ago where we would bring things from another country.
Oh, yeah.
Mexico. And it was all good. We didn't have to worry about it. It was good. Everybody knew it was good. Anybody from back in the 80s and 90s will tell you that there was no problem.
Issues there.
And even into a little bit into the 2000s too, when we first started.
Yeah.
But then things changed, and then we moved on from that position. But because things have been so difficult lately, I was looking for some other additional help, maybe another company besides the company we do business with that might be able to be a backup or just be reliable. Yes.
Yep.
So we got some product. It was even cellophane wrapped. The box was cellophane wrapped.
They had that shit protected.
It had, the stickers on it that you should have.
For when
yes,
the warnings and all the extra
everything.
Stuff. Yeah.
Totally legit. And as I understand it, the main pharmaceutical labs, most of them in Mexico are in Guadalajara.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And we were even thinking about going there, except until I found out I was probably going to have to fly because
it's a long drive.
It's an 18-hour drive from here and 14 from Rocky Point.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not driving with you, dude, because I think they were going to drive. I'm like, I'm not going with you.
It's a long drive. That is for sure.
I would really like to. And if things got desperate enough, maybe I would, yeah. But anyways, we got the product. We sent it out for testing. And it takes a minute to get overseas. It's not like shipping in the United States. Okay? So it takes about 3 weeks. And then once they get it, usually within a week, it's tested. We have a So you're looking at a month from the time we get it to getting an answer on testing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we do that. We got the test back. It was supposed to be tescipionate 250,
Okay.
and it was not tescipionate 250. It was, and it was a 10 milligram vial, 250 milligrams per ml. Results we got back was that it was a blend, and it was a blend of 50 milligrams of tescipionate, 50 milligrams of testanethate, and they are both almost identical,
Okay.
and 50 milligrams of propionate, which is just testosterone in a shorter ester. All testosterone, it is true that testosterone is testosterone. That part is true. But when people want to act like they're all the same, it's not the same. It's not the same. If it was all the same, then we wouldn't have 3 different ones. It's different because of the ester, and that ester determines how it releases in your body. No different than other drugs that are time released, basically. Think of it like that, or ones that hit right away. So something very, very similar to that. How long it stays in the body. They call it the half-life. So it wasn't going to hurt anybody, wasn't going to make anybody sick, wasn't going to fuck anybody up, but it wasn't what it was said to be.
Yeah.
And maybe you might notice a slight difference. You might not notice anything.
Because it is depending on the body anyways. Like how the body takes it. Yeah.
Yeah. And for just one bottle, you might not notice. Several bottles you might notice over time. And depending on whether you were doing a cycle or doing TRT.
Gotcha.
TRT, because you're taking such a lower dose, and then it's even lower than the dose you're thinking, you could notice that maybe even more than you would
a higher dose.
A higher dose if you were doing a cycle, because even though it's a lower dose there, it would still be, it would have been like, so if you're doing 500, you're really only doing 300, right? But 300 is enough for you to maintain like you would on TRT.
Gotcha.
So you might not notice it physically. The only way you would maybe notice is potentially a blood test. Blood tests are not everything. People think they are, but they're not, because everybody absorbs shit differently. So what is a teller, though, for sure, 100%, is the type of testing we're talking about, sending it. And it costs $180
per test.
Per test on one product.
Wow.
Yeah. Who else is doing that in this business? Who else is doing that?
I don't know.
Not many people.
But I know
not
a lot
many.
of people
There's
like
not
to
many.
cut corners. So.
Yeah, there's not many. There's not many.
Wow.
And here, again, the person that I talked to in Mexico, before, he would have bet his life on it that it was what it said it was. Because this is, yes, it's different in Mexico. People know that. It's a legit pharmaceutical or pharmacy. It's a legit pharmacy.
Oh, where you're getting the products from?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But it wasn't that part. Now, does that mean other products were not legit? Here's what I can tell you. Some are and some aren't. And you just don't know when. And I know from trying the products as well. I've tried something that did work, and then Dawn had an infection. So she needed an antibiotic.
Okay.
And we grabbed her one while we were down there. You know, sometimes women need antibiotics. Y'all know what I mean, right? For that stuff going on. And you want to take care of that fast, trust me. It didn't work. Because immediately when she got home and got an antibiotic here, it immediately knocked it out in 2 days. So that antibiotic wasn't good too. Now, we didn't send it in for testing, but it didn't work.
Gotcha.
And we could send it in for testing, but
why spend $180?
And we are helping them out by sending some of their products, hooking them up with the company that we use to get their stuff tested, because he cares too.
Nice.
You don't always find that. He's a good business
care,
person. Yeah, he doesn't care about just selling. Everybody thinks when you go places like Mexico, everybody's always trying to be shady and
stuff like that. Yeah.
rip you off. That's not the case. It's no different than it is here. There's good people and there's shady people. Some people care, some people don't.
Yeah.
And that's why I like this guy, because he actually cares. So that's the point. But this guy who's leaving, his name is Jason Schieffer, 95 on TikTok. what did he have? He had Ozempic on a new list selling for, I don't know, $800 or some bullshit, some huge amount. My God, why would somebody do that if they're paying out of their own pocket when they can get the compounded semaglutide and it works? And it works. Because the chances if the compounded semaglutide doesn't work for you and you absolutely did it correctly, the chances that the name brand Ozempic's going to work for you, pretty slim. Pretty slim. You probably need to try tirzepatide or retatrutide or one of the other ones. See if they work better for you.
Okay.
But again, a lot of times it's just the fact that, because I literally do this on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to women who have gotten Ozempic prescribed for them from the doctor, and they pick it up at the pharmacy. It's in the pins. They got the dial. And it maybe works a little bit, not very long. It doesn't work to the extent. It stops working. And almost every time when I talk to these individuals, when they're referred to me, and a lot of it is referral, I find out they weren't told how to eat. They weren't told how much protein exactly to take. And some were, but most not. And pretty much no one is told how to work out. And if any of them are working out, it's because they already were and had decided to. It had nothing to do with the doctor or taking the, semaglutide or Ozempic. But those two factors are super, super important in somebody having success. And that's why we take the time to explain that. Now, typically, clinics and doctors will charge $150 to $400 for that consultation. And my consultation is better, and I don't charge a thing. Should I? Maybe. Maybe I want to. I don't know. Yeah. I'm also trying to provide value, and this is one of the ways I provide value, is giving away something that actually is truly worth hundreds of dollars. And that's why you do business with me. And that's why on this other product over here that you're bitching about, you might be paying $10 or $20 more than. Because of that, it just all evens out in the wash, kind of, I think.
I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah. And I want a certain kind of client. I prefer clients that I have a relationship with and am providing advice to versus you just want to do your own. That's Charles Schwab when you're investing. That's Charles Schwab. Or a brokerage house like that you could just set up an account. Yeah, you may have an account person, representative, but you don't really need them if you don't want to. You can just get online and make the trades and do whatever you want. And if you have questions, yeah, you can ask somebody like, I'm having trouble with the app and getting this information or whatever it is.
But for the most part, you're...
Versus what I did as a financial advisor, we literally did... I got to the point, it's not how I started out, but we got to the point where I literally did a complete financial plan for every single person that hired us. Mm-hmm. Every single one. There was nobody in that city that did more financial plans than we did, and I was not a certified financial planner. I just did more real financial plans than those motherfuckers did. Because it wasn't really it wasn't really a certification you need. Gotcha. Really, honestly, it's not. More for just being able to say
put it on your resume,
put it on there, yeah, kind of thing. And you either did the work or you didn't do the work. The bottom line: check my work. You're a CFP and I'm not. Check my work. Show me where I'm wrong. And I always use, in any projections, I always use lower end stuff. Like I would be showing 6% when you'd be going somewhere else and they're showing you 10.
Interesting.
Because if we make more money, right? Are you gonna, if you end up with more money than we thought, are you gonna be mad at me? No. No. I don't want to give you the best case scenario. I don't want to bet on the best case scenario happening. I want to tell you what you honestly really should put away. Yeah. This is what it's gonna take. Let's just be honest. Things are good now. but things aren't always good. And if things are bad, they're not always bad. The bottom line, however things are today, is not how they're going to stay. That's it.
Yeah.
But it was providing, value and real advice. And I know something about that. And that's what I've brought to what I do today as a consultant on peptides and TRT and even cycles for people who choose to go that route. And I'm not the biggest dude. I'm in good shape for 57. I got some muscle, okay? And I'm bigger than the camera makes me look sometimes. And sometimes the camera makes me look really good and I'm happy, super happy. Other times I look at a picture, I'm like, God. And until you really get into video and photos a lot, you do not understand angles and how something can be deceiving of how you actually look until you're doing it on such a regular basis that you end up with those pictures too.
Yep.
Because there are pictures that will make it look like, I got this gut sometimes. I don't. It's not there. I don't have it. But it was the angle and the shirt and the way the shirt hung.
I was about to say the shirt's a really big
Oh
part of
my
it.
God, dude. It's so much a part of it. Yeah, you know that, especially from doing pictures of people in clothes and
Yeah.
fashion and doing that stuff. Absolutely. Angles matter. Shadows matter.
Every little thing. Every small little thing. Oh, yeah.
The lighting matters. That's why, some influencers, it's a big deal on how they look. Yeah, they put in the work. They look good. They look good without all that. But it won't come as crossed in the photo as that they're as good as they really are unless they do this. And then you know how social media is. People just want to shit on you because they're lazy, because they don't want to do the work. Because nobody shits on you that's doing better than you. Rarely. It's rare. I'm not saying it never happens. I'm just saying it's rare. Because I don't. I'm not saying I never have, but I don't shit on people that are doing better than me. That's why we had the whole discussion about Jake Paul.
The businessman.
In the business. I was talking about the business and respect and what he's built and put together. And if you're not willing to look at that, then I don't know, then you have the problem. It's not his problem. Because it doesn't matter two shits to him. Honestly.
Honestly, yeah, you care
He don't
less,
care.
honestly.
Your opinion of where he should be, it doesn't matter. He is where he is, and it's happening. And whether you like that he's ranked or not, he is. Look, I don't like that Shannon
got fired.
No. Well, I like Shannon Sharp. I don't like that he settled. I understand that he settled. I really think it's shitty when it's somebody you had a relationship throwing that stuff out there. Because honestly, I have a harder time believing that kind of stuff. And I've been in relationships and I know how women lie. I'll just leave it at that.
Love to lie.
But Sterling Sharp, his brother, got into the
Gotcha.
Hall of Fame this past weekend.
Okay, wow.
And he was a great wide receiver for the time period that he played.
He got injured, right?
He
didn't
got
play very
injured.
long.
He was in the league for 7 years, and he had great 5 years. His 5-year stretch was as good as anybody in the Hall of Fame's best 5-year stretch.
Gotcha. Okay.
He didn't play long enough, man.
I don't think he played long enough.
He didn't play long enough.
Because I do remember Shannon dedicated his first trophy to his brother, right? Or something like that because he got injured. Am I remembering that correctly? Yeah, because I do.
And I agree that if he hadn't got injured, he wouldn't make it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But the Hall of Fame isn't about ifs, man.
Exactly.
It's just not. That's not how it should be done. And especially because there is, I'm a Steeler fan.
Mm-hmm.
And so you might say I'm biased. I don't think I'm being biased. Because most true fans respect Hines Ward. Hines Ward was a great player, had great numbers. Let me say this. He had above average numbers, and they were consistent for a long, long time. And then he also did things on the field that you just don't, that aren't in any numbers.
It's not something you can put
the
on
blocking
a
and
chart
stuff,
like
just
that,
the player that he was, the leadership he had. And how do you not evaluate that when it impacts the game? Now, there may not be a stat for it,
Mm-hmm.
but that's knowledge you should have as someone who votes for a Hall of Famer. You should absolutely be considering that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not in the Hall of Fame. And he should be. He should not wait. It should not have to be till he gets into the senior committee, where it's after like 10 years or whatever, and then he gets the nod. And one of the knocks on him isn't about him at all. It's about the fact that of how many great wide receivers were playing during his time period.
Okay.
So did he dominate his time period? No. But there was more great wide receivers during that period of time, that 10, 12 years, than probably any other time in football.
So the competition was much higher than...
Well, just there were that many other great players at one time. I see Phillip Rivers is on the list to be eligible next year. Phillip Rivers should never get in the Hall of Fame.
I don't even know the name.
He was Chargers quarterback. So Drew Brees played for the Chargers. Okay. And was good. And then the Chargers got Phillip Rivers. They let Drew Brees go. Drew Brees went to the New Orleans Saints, won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
And Phillip Rivers never got over the hump, ever. Was he good? Was he above average? Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
But he wasn't...
No. He was like Tony Romo. A little bit. You know what I mean? What Tony Romo had a winning record. Yeah. He got to the playoffs. He just never won in the playoffs. And I always used to say this about Tony Romo, is that he was either the best of all the bad quarterbacks or he was the worst of all the good quarterbacks. Take your pick.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
It is a fair judgment.
Right down the middle.
And actually, lately the last year he's gotten some shit being an announcer and calling games. I think he's excellent. I think he's the best one in the game.
What does he commentate on or announce on? Is there specific? Because I know there's like TNT, or is it?
No, I don't think it.
I guess I can just look it up.
It's probably Fox. I don't know off the top of my head if it's Fox or CBS. Nobody pays attention.
I was just trying to think if I've heard him announce or not.
Well, I'm sure you have. Yeah. And just didn't know. But he's excellent. He gives great insight to it.
He has good knowledge of.
Yeah, I think Tom Brady will become that good. He has that kind of insight. Tom Brady has good insight, but it is different being in the booth. He's not the best in the booth. He's not the worst in the booth either. And he will get better because that's just how that dude is made.
Gotcha.
He will care about being the best announcer, and he can bring a perspective, obviously, that others can't because of what a great winner he was. Mm. But it takes time to be able to do that and learn how to do that, relay that.
Oh, yeah. No, I actually remember recently, or not recently, I want to say recently, but I want to say about a year ago he started doing it, right?
Yeah.
Because they were giving him a lot of shit when he first started commentating and stuff like that. But like when he would actually talk about football itself,
yes,
you could tell that he's very knowledgeable. He was very passionate.
Of course.
Like everything aside from the football, yeah, maybe he struggled a little bit with it. But when it came down to like describing a play or like why he should be doing this or something like that,
yeah,
that man can talk football.
And it also, you have something that maybe he not used to doing. Mm-hmm. Is willing to criticize.
Yeah.
And being okay with being critical
on other players.
Like some people do that while they're playing. It usually doesn't turn out well. It's not a great idea.
Probably not. Yeah.
Probably not.
Especially when there's people coming at you.
Now, if you have a beef with somebody, look, I get that. But on a general basis, it's not that
the best
great.
Thing to do on the field.
No. And even if it was another player that fucked up during the game, after the game, Brady's taking the heat for that guy. Yeah,
you're right.
You know, he's taking the heat for that guy. Yeah.
He's a very
he'll take responsibility.
Like a captain kind of
course.
person to the thing, yeah.
What you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So that's why it's different. And players, they say they don't follow and don't listen, but the truth is they do. Mm-hmm. And they don't like it when people in media criticize them, whether it's people who haven't played the game or people who have played the game.
Yeah.
They don't like it most of the time. And that's just the way that it is. But yeah, he'll be good. He'll be good. Boy, how did we get to football from all this? That's
We were,
crazy, isn't it? I know. It's just-
we were talking about peptides not so long
I
ago.
know. Not too long ago.
Oh man.
I can weave better than Trump, man. Now can I bring it back? So look, the whole point of me bringing it up is just saying that, yeah, I had a great weekend, but I had something in my weekend that was totally shit, totally garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of fucked up my workout, which it bothered me that I let it do that.
Yeah.
Because it interrupted it. And I walked right out of the gym, seriously,
Just mad as
before
fuck.
I even got a rep in and recorded a video. I recorded that video mad.
Yeah.
You know what? Why don't we pull that up?
Is it on
Let's
your
pull it
Facebook
up.
or
No, it's on
TikTok?
TikTok.
TikTok.
We'll pull it up on TikTok. I was mad. I just don't like the disrespect, especially because I'm a loyal motherfucker. I am loyal. And I'm loyal to those loyal to me. Until I'm not. You know, if you break that,
It's on them.
then you broke
You
it.
broke it.
You
shouldn't have
broke
fucked
it.
that up.
I was giving it to you. I was loyal to you, and I want people to be successful. Yep, there it is.
This one here.
Yep.
Oh wait, give me 1 second. Gotta make sure people can see what we're looking at.
That is an angry face. Trust me. That is me holding it in so bad.
Here we go.
Because what usually happens is I get arrested. So I have to stop my workout, or actually not even get it started, because somebody else decided to start some bullshit, and I'm the last motherfucker you want to start bullshit with. Pro Performance Labs is not going out of business. Like many people in the testosterone and peptide space, there's been a little bit of a shortage out there. We've had some difficulty getting a couple products. Actually, it's a worldwide thing. Pfizer, Eli Lilly. This has been going on for a few years, but it's gotten worse here recently. So there were just a couple items that's being fixed. We have some of the largest stock of anybody in the business, and we're not going out of business. For whatever reason, somebody that I helped who was actually doing nothing with their fucking life, and I helped them be a rep with PPL. His name is Jason Schaefer, and now his new company, S&S Solutions. What the fuck is S&S Solutions? Schaefer and Schaefer? And you're going to do performance solutions? You're going to even steal part of the name of Pro Performance Labs, a real legit product? And the thing is, Jason, what you need to know is people are already calling me because PPL has a good reputation. Now, I will say this. One of the reps hit some difficulty. There was some difficulty getting some orders out. But all of that has always been taken care of. No client has ever gotten screwed with PPL. Ever. It doesn't happen. I always make good. I always get it fixed. That's how that shit works. And I've been doing this, taking it personally for 17 years. And I've been in business for 15 years. Now, the business exploded 7 years ago to where I took it from a business that was a nice small side thing that was really, really good money to one that is a big, huge business across the country, helping thousands of people, and not just helping clients, but helping other people like you piece of shit. You picked the wrong dude, man. You gotta know. This is your warning. You can like block me on social media now, but the word will get out, man. This is a small community. How big do you think this community is? Why do you think I'm so protective of Pro Performance Labs and this business and operate the way I do? Some people don't even know that I'm the guy. I'm the guy that makes it all happen. they just think I'm, maybe another PPL rep. Well, I'm not some other PPL rep. I'm the fucking guy. Like the shirt says, I'm the
I thought you
fucking
weren't gonna
guy.
say it. I was
And
like, there's no
Jason,
way
you
you're
aren't
gonna
the
say it.
fucking guy. The fucking guy gave you a chance. Gave you a chance to have a better life. And it was on you to do the work. I don't do the work for people, man. I don't need a bunch of people that I gotta do the work or take by the hand. That shit don't work with me. But because we're out of a couple products, we're suddenly out of business? No, man. No. See, if you're actually a good enough consultant, you can help people put together other protocols that'll work. And that's what I've done. I've helped people put together other protocols that'll work. Hey, this is a good substitute for this. I know you wanted this, but this is a good substitute for this, and this will get you results. Because that's what I do every day. I give people results. And we fucking deliver. Better than anyone else in this fucking business. You will never fucking be able to compete with me, and you wouldn't even be in this space without me. So keep making your fucking videos, dude. But S&S Performance is garbage, just like you are. PPL's going nowhere, motherfucker. We are the monsters that are gonna take the fuck over. Have a great day. God bless. You know what I always like to do? I always like to add a God bless
At the end
after
of it?
telling somebody to fuck off. Because I absolutely mean both.
Nah, I can tell by your voice. You seem very sincere.
That was very restrained, dude. I was so restrained. You could see the restraint and my struggle. That was real, man. But pull that up. Pull up the one by Old Melton there, the comment there. Yeah. Move that over.
Whoa. Give it a second. What happened?
That
just
was
happened?
funny, too. I posted, did you see that?
I do not know.
Yeah.
Should we get this? So Cheryl didn't know he was a billionaire. She was just attracted to his I'm sure.
That doesn't have, go to my comment then, or my attachment with it.
Oh, on Facebook or on TikTok?
No, right there. On there, it should be there, lower. No.
What?
Different video.
Oh, you attached a picture to it. Gotcha.
Yeah, there should be a
gotcha,
comment at the
gotcha.
bottom. My comment that goes along with it.
Oh, that would be over here. $1 billion smile.
Yeah, go to that. Click on that. No, there was more. Why wouldn't it show up in there? It'll show up on my phone. It would be, and then it always ends up in the first of all the comments. Go down. Will it let that scroll or no? Mine should have been at the top of that, dude. I don't know why it's not showing. Anyways, we won't spend any more time on it.
Sorry,
but
yeah, no,
it's okay. That's my fault. Yeah, but I turned it into a thing about his haircut. That's why everybody started talking about his haircut, man.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Melton, slide it just a little to the left. There we go.
Boom.
So remember a few episodes ago, I was sharing with you, probably towards the end of one of the episodes, so a lot of people didn't see it. But I was sharing with you, Leo, about the impact that I know I've been making in people's lives.
Yes.
And that God has been showing me that impact. And I really feel that now. And I believe the reason he's showing me is that he's sending me a message. And I honestly believe this. Call me crazy or whatever you want to call me. But I believe God is talking to me in this way. And he does it through other people sometimes. And in this case, he's doing it because he wants me to know this is the path that I should focus on the most. That this is what he wants from me. This is how he can use me and my testimony to help others, and also potentially, if they're not Christians, maybe bring them to Christ. Because I don't directly evangelize like maybe some do.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't say that you could say by my words anyways that I attract people, because I'm not going to attract some people because of the language that I use. but I still, I know that I'm doing the right thing, and know I'm being me and saying the right things.
Mm-hmm.
And God doesn't have an issue with it. So if somebody else has an issue with my swearing, that's on them.
Take it up with God.
Take it up with God. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And because I don't know why I should bring it up, but somebody made a post, and maybe I was just taking it personally, or maybe since they're on my friends list, they really were directing it at me, kind of, or people like me that defend using language, and they tried to put some quotes in the Bible of
like
about
quoting the Bible,
quoting
saying,
the
like,
Bible,
you shouldn't
say certain things.
Yeah.
But when you actually look into those quotes and what they truly mean,
it has nothing to do with.
it's actually more about the meaning and intent than it is
the word itself.
the word itself.
That makes sense. Yeah.
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 And so they're kind of glossing over that a little bit. And again, God uses me to talk to people that wouldn't talk to that goody two-shoes Christian that is trying to look like they're perfect, their life is perfect, you know, they're sinless now. Get the fuck out of here. But that message I shared, because it's been happening a lot. And so it just happened again here in the last couple of days. And it's happened more than once, but this one really sticks out. And I fucked up, and I'm going to tell Oliver when I call him today that I fucked up, that I told him I was going to call him, I think yesterday, and I didn't. But I will call him today. And he's messaged me. He didn't just message me once. He's messaged here. He's messaged me privately. He's messaged me on TikTok privately. You know, my cell phone. He's sent 5 or 6 messages.
Okay.
That he really wants to talk to me face to face, voice to voice.
Okay.
Because,
Yeah.
you know, I believe he's in, it's either Mississippi or Louisiana.
Okay.
One of the two. But the whole point is we had a little bit of the beginning of a relationship, friendship, okay? And even a little bit of a beginning of a business relationship too.
Okay.
And we had some issues. I had some issues with him. And it got a little bit escalated. And I kind of called him out for his drinking, for his alcoholism.
Okay.
And when I do that, if a person isn't ready to be done, they disappear for a while. They don't want anything to do with me.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because they know I know.
Yep.
I know the scam. You ain't getting it on me. I just called you out, dude. Because I'm the real deal. I'm not.
I've been there before.
I'm
so
not buying into it,
Yep,
right?
yep,
I'm not buying into it. I'm not like, yeah, no, that's not it. And finally, he did take my advice.
Okay.
And someone else in my life that I was really close to did as well. And I'm really happy about that because I really cared about that person like a brother. And it's good to be talking again. But we had probably almost a year of not talking. And, you know, we had been making plans for him and his wife to come out here and visit too. So we were very, very close and have been for probably over 20 years now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long
We had some time. And same thing. He thanked me more than once because it was, you know, having an impact. He was drinking maybe like a fifth, which is, you know, just a little less than a quart of, think of a quart of milk or whatever, because a fifth is a liter of alcohol a day. That's how bad it is. A day. I didn't even do that, but I did when I drank. I got drunk, so it didn't matter. You don't have to be what people think is typical like that. And he's on the early stages of his recovery still, but he's on a good path because he's now acknowledged it where before it wasn't acknowledged. So when I said it, it was just I was just being mean, but I wasn't.
Yep.
I wasn't doing that because I said it because I cared. If I didn't give a fuck,
You wouldn't
I'll
say
let
it.
you die, man.
Yeah.
What do I care?
Yeah.
I'll let you die because alcoholism kills
100%.
slowly, but it does. So it means a lot that this guy's tried this many times to do that. That means a lot, but that he admits he didn't pay attention to what I was trying to convey to him. And sometimes I let people like that in my life go for a minute. Like I said, it's not like we had a long relationship or anything like that. Wasn't family or anything. And so, yeah, I don't need that in my life. If somebody's doing something about it, then that's cool. But I'm not gonna enable somebody. So if that means, that we don't talk for a while because I'm not gonna tell them what they want to hear, because they're gonna bring some shit up. And you can't bring up shit and expect me not to say something in response.
Yup.
Okay? I am not your fucking girlfriend. Okay? It's not it. Or in a relationship. Because sometimes women just want to talk to us and they just want us to listen, and we suck at that so bad because we just want to give an answer or a solution.
Just fix it right then and there. Move
Like,
on.
what the fuck is a problem? To me, there are no problems. There are just, this is something that needs a solution. So it's very, very hard. And for men, it's actually good. I think we're better than women at this, that a lot of times we can say some shit to each other, and then at some point, sometimes hours or days later, and other times it might be a year later, that
we'll get over it.
we'll get over it. We'll work it out.
We'll realize what the truths were.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll do a bro hug,
Yep.
and we'll never talk about it again for the most part.
Yeah. We'll joke
We just
around
move
a
on.
little bit here
Yeah.
and there, but for the most
But
part,
most part,
yeah.
we just move on.
Yeah.
Where women will hold that shit over your head for the rest of the time you are together. So you have to be prepared for that, if you're willing to put up with that shit for the rest of your fucking life.
Yep.
And that's why I'm an expert at divorce, because I just was not willing to put up with that shit for that long,
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like, no, I'm not doing that for the rest of my life. That's not good. But it's real nice. But I'm just trying to point out, this is what's happened to me. This all came about from me doing my consulting, from me talking about testosterone and peptides. That somehow that's an avenue that has also brought into my life, God bringing me people to talk about addictions and alcohol, drug addiction. And it's my story. I'm not afraid to share my story. I'm not ashamed. There was a time that I was, and I think shame is good. I've talked about that it's actually a bad thing that we've tried to do away with shame. Because either something is going to be so powerfully attractive that you're going to be willing to go to make a change, or there's going to be pain that is so hurtful that if you don't change, that you change just because you can't deal with that pain anymore. It's got to be one or the other. So think about a mouse in a maze, and if he goes this way, there's a flame that's going to burn his ass, or the other way because he's smelling the cheese. But here's the thing, as I understand it, that's been studied. Guess which one is more powerful? It's not the cheese. It's the pain that's more powerful. And people go that direction, and they stay there until it gets bad enough that they're then willing to do something about it. But you got to let the people go. You can't keep them from that fire. You got to let them go to the fire. You got to let them take the heat, or nothing will happen. You are not helping anybody in any way if you stop them from getting to the flame. Let them go to the flame. Let them burn their ass. Now, guess what? Sadly, some people are going to go that direction and not make it. but it's the only way that they have a chance to make it. That's why you got to let that happen. If they happen to be the 1% or whatever the number is that don't make it, their life still had meaning because it has meaning to me. Because what it shows me as a recovering alcoholic and addict is that shit don't work. Don't work. It's a reminder of what could happen if I went back, if I tried again. After over 16 years, you mean you couldn't, you're 57 years old, Troy. You're not adult enough to have a beer and then fucking not have another one? Nope. That's just the truth. I could do it today. I could do it today, but I would have to be conscious of it and force myself to do it. And then I would try it another day. And then I would say, well, if one's good, I can do that and put it down. Then what if we tried two again? People who are not addicts are not thinking like that. And eventually, whether it was the second time or the 10th time, I would overdo it and I would be right back where I was, faster and be in a shithole faster than I've ever been in my life. It would be a total disaster. And it sucks when people throw away years or decades of sobriety away, but it does happen. That's why I accept it's a for life thing. Some people don't want to accept that. I'm okay with that because I accept it as there is no cure, and it's something that we say that God gives us a daily reprieve from, and that's all that can be given because we only have today. God can't give me a reprieve for tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, it's today. He can give me a reprieve for today. I can do the things I need to do because I know that I am capable of staying sober for 24 hours. That I know. And that's all my job ever is to stay sober for 24 hours. That's it. And that's what makes a difference. But again, I'm making a difference in people's lives. And that's why I believe God blesses me in my business and the things that I do. And that's why I'm protective of it. That's why I was angry at somebody attacking it, sending out misinformation. And people that comment and say dumb shit just don't know. They don't know enough about this situation. They don't know enough about what I do. If you just want to compare 2 bottles of Cypionate and just the prices, you can say a lot of things. But there's more to it than that. There's the testing, there's the advice, there's the delivery, there's being available when people need you to be available. Because the truth is, a majority of people need help. Now, again, if you're not that person, you can do it all on your own. You don't need that. That's good. But then also, maybe I'm not the dude you need then. I don't need everybody. Everybody doesn't need me. But the right ones will come to me and God will bring them to me. And I know that because I've absolutely seen it happen. So business wise, we're on a good track. All of the issues that we've had as far as product and things should probably be resolved in the next month. We should be good by the end of the month. And, I've gone long stretches without ever being out of a product. So trust me, this is not something I like. And it's also prevented me from, taking some additional steps to grow even more. And once we solve this problem, we'll be able to do that. But I want to do it with people who give a shit. And sometimes you got to let people go. And I'm okay with that. Like I said, I'm okay with the dude leaving. That's totally cool, man. I'm not your cup of tea. No, that's fine. But just be a man about it. I don't know why people have to be such pussies nowadays. You just come to me direct. I'm not going to yell at you. But I will yell or get mad if you do some shit you shouldn't do. And maybe there'll be some consequences because I ain't going to let that go. I'm not somebody that's going to ignore it. I will fight for what I built and my reputation, and I'm not going to let somebody else fuck it up. And I know where my shortcomings are in my life. And I talk about, so you can't hurt me there. You can't say fucking dick about me there. It's already been said in public, on TV, in newspapers. Might be small time, but it's been said. I've had it done. So you motherfuckers can't do anything to me. Nobody can break me. I've been broke. I've been successful and then broke. As broke as you can get. And I've come back from that, and I have no fear. None. I fear nothing except God. So, I'm not pretend. I am not that pretend tough guy. And you could think so, and it doesn't, honestly, it doesn't matter. Your opinion, my opinion, it's not as important as we think it is. Not in the big scheme of things. Because most people don't even know who the fuck we are. And that's the truth. So my boy Leo's here is going to have to change the title of this because we talked about nothing. And I don't want to add to this at the end with the things that we were going to talk about. This went the way it did. It's, a good hour or close to it.
Yeah.
I feel good about what I shared. And I just kind of want to leave it there today, man.
No, I actually really enjoyed listening to you get real passionate about this. I really appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you saying so and appreciate the work that you do. For you all out there, if you're still the fuck watching, then you absolutely better be hitting that damn button, subscribing, sending it to someone else. Yeah, this video can be used to send to a lot of different people. You might want to think about that, sharing this. And we'd really appreciate it if you did. Then other forms of social media, Facebook, okay, TikTok, Instagram, and X. And I am fairly active on all of those platforms. Personally, it's me. Nobody else is putting my shit up yet. Okay, I'm not saying that's not going to happen or be a thing someday, but it's all me. And right now I'm able to respond. And so if you want a response from me, that's where to go to do it. If you want to get in contact with me, use one of the messaging systems of those, and you will get a response back. And if you need my cell phone number, that's the best way that you'll probably ever get it. So do that for us. We appreciate it very much. Lots of love today. God bless. Have a great week. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy.